Hello everyone, this is DevByte. In this episode, we are going to add player ragdoll death effect. So when zombie attacks our player and player health becomes 0, we will activate ragdoll. Without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, select our player from hierarchy, enable it, right-click on player, 3D object, and select ragdoll. Drag our player inside ragdoll builder, Windows Animator for auto-assigning of bones. Click on autofill and hit create. And thanks to Unity 6, because now ragdoll setup is much easier, you can see Unity automatically assign most of the player bones for us. So we do not need to manually set up every single bone like older versions. And after creating ragdoll, you can see our player bones now have rigid bodies, colliders, and character joints attached automatically. Rigid bodies are used for physics simulation, colliders are used for physical collision detection, and character joints help connect all body parts together. So ragdoll moves naturally like a real body. Now let's start coding our ragdoll system. First, let's create a new script and name this script player ragdoll. Quickly attach this script to our player. Before writing code, let's understand what we need at the start of the game. I do not want ragdoll to be active. So all ragdoll rigid bodies should be kinematic, and all ragdoll colliders should be disabled. Let's implement our ragdoll system. Open up our player ragdoll script. First of all, we need all the rigid bodies and colliders of ragdoll, because at the start of our game, we need rigid bodies to be kinematic and colliders to be disabled. So they cannot interfere with player movement and collisions. So first of all, let's add a list for rigid bodies. Let's say private list of rigid body RBs equals new list of rigid body. Next, let's add another list for colliders. Let's say private list of collider calls equals new list of collider. Next, we need to disable our player animator as well in order to activate ragdoll. We already have a reference for our player animator in player movement script. So let's change it from private to public because we'll access it in player ragdoll script. Back to our player ragdoll script. Let's create reference of player movement script. Private player movement, In start, let's get the player movement component, player movement equals get component, player movement. Next, let's create a local array of rigid bodies and get all the rigid body components from children. Let's say rigid body square brackets, rigid bodies equals get components in children. Rigid body. Next, we'll use a for each loop to get all the rigid bodies of ragdoll. Inside this loop, we'll check one condition. If RB is not equals to this dot get component rigid body. This is important because I do not want to add the main player rigid body. And then add current RB in our rigid bodies list. Let's say RBs dot add RB. And we also need to get collider from that same bone and add it to collider list. Let's say colls dot add RB dot get component collider. Next, let's create a public method to activate and disable ragdoll. Let's say public void active ragdoll. And we also need to pass the bool active state to do both tasks from one method. First of all, we'll enable or disable our player's animator. Let's say player movement dot player animator equals not active state. Why we are doing this? Because we want animator to be disabled when the ragdoll is true, and it should be enabled when ragdoll is false. Let's in start we say our active ragdoll will be false. So when our ragdoll will be false, our animator will be enabled. Next, we need to loop through all ragdoll rigid bodies. Inside this loop, we'll say rigid body of current index is kinematic equals not active state. If ragdoll is false, rigid bodies are kinematic. So physics will not affect them if ragdoll is true. Rigid bodies are non-kinematic. So physics will control the body. Then we'll enable or disable colliders. Let's say calls I.enable equals active state. Now let's activate ragdoll when player health becomes 0. Inside our player health script, first of all, let's add player ragdoll variable. Private player ragdoll, and set it is reference in start method. Let's say player ragdoll equals get component player ragdoll. And when current health is less than equals 0, we'll activate our ragdoll. Let's say player ragdoll dot active ragdoll and pass through to activate ragdoll. Back to our player movement script. And one last thing, change start method to awake, because we are also getting the reference of player animator inside of our player ragdoll script. Save the script and test our ragdoll system. Let's quickly move towards zombie and let him to attack us. As you can see, when zombie attacks our player, ragdoll activates. That's it for this video. In the next episode, we will stop zombie attack after player death and improve the game over system. Make sure to subscribe to DevByte, and I'll see you in the next one.